Welcome to the ThriveHer podcast, where we empower women to take control of their unique health conditions and wellness journey during perimenopause and beyond. Our goal is to help you dream big and reach your fullest potential in every part of your life. Each week, the podcast dives into expert insights, natural solutions, and inspiring stories to support you on your journey. And now, here's your host, your no-nonsense naturopath, Rochelle Wade.
Welcome back. Today's episode is all about decision fatigue, something we all face but rarely talk about. By the end of the day, even small choices, like what to make for dinner or what to watch on Netflix, feel impossible. Why? Because every decision you make drains your mental energy, leaving you stuck in low power mode. But don't worry, there's a way to fix it. Picture this. Your brain is like a smartphone battery. Every time you make a decision, whether it's choosing your outfit, planning dinner, or deciding which email to reply to, it's like opening an app that drains a little more power. By midday, you're operating in low power mode, struggling to focus and feeling overwhelmed. By the evening, even the smallest decisions, like what to watch on Netflix, feel impossible. This isn't just a feeling, it's science. As highlighted in the Harvard Business Review, the average adult makes 33 to 35,000 decisions each day. While small repetitive choices may seem insignificant, they drain your mental reserves over time. And when your mental reserves are constantly being tapped by small repetitive choices, you end up with less energy for the things that really matter. But here's the good news. You don't have to live in low power mode. Today, with the Decision Detox, you can reset your mental energy and simplify your life. We're going to explore why decision fatigue happens, how it impacts your brain, and the 3 steps you can take to reclaim clarity and focus. Let's start with what decision fatigue is and why it's such a problem. Think about your day. What am I going to wear? Should I reply to this email now or later? What's for lunch? These seem like small decisions, but they require mental energy. Over time, this adds up. Here's the science. Social psychologist Roy Boymaster discovered that decision-making and self-control draw from the same limited energy pool in your brain. Each choice you make, whether it's big or small, uses some of that energy. It's like withdrawing from a bank account. By the time you're running on empty, it's much harder to make good decisions. That's why you might grab junk food at night or skip your workout after a long day of work. And the effects of decision fatigue aren't just personal. They can have serious consequences. Here's a fascinating fact. Studies show that judges are more likely to hand out harsher sentences later in the day compared to earlier, simply because their mental reserves are depleted. That's how powerful decision fatigue can be. It impacts everything from your snack choices to life-altering decisions. Now take a moment to reflect. Where in your day do you feel like you're on decision overload? Is it in the mornings when you're trying to get out the door, or the evenings when you're too tired to focus? Identify your decision pinch points, and this is the first step to cutting the clutter. It's not just about the number of decisions, though. The fast pace of life, constant notifications, and endless distractions are like background apps running in your brain, quietly draining your mental battery. When your brain is constantly processing noise, it struggles to prioritize, leaving you feeling frazzled. Now let's talk about a key piece of the puzzle, your brain's fuel. Omega-3 fats like DHA, for example, are critical for brain health. They don't just maintain the flexibility of your brain cells, which is essential for effective communication between the neurons. They're also a powerful anti-inflammatory agent helping protect your brain from chronic inflammation caused by processed diets. And here's something that most people don't realize. DHA isn't just critical for brain structure, it's also the energy your brain uses. Think of DHA as a high-octane fuel for your brain. It powers the processes that keep your thoughts clear, your focus sharp, and your decisions efficient. But when your omega-6 to 3 ratio is out of balance, which happens when diets are heavy in processed foods, it can lead to inflammation, sluggish communication between your brain cells, and that all too familiar brain fog. So that's why taking care of your brain isn't just about reducing stress or simplifying your day, which is something we're going to get into, but it's also about optimizing the very fuel your brain runs on. So this is where the decision detox comes in. Let's break it down into 3 steps. The decision detox is all about reducing decision friction and creating space for what truly matters. Think of it like clearing your mental inbox, filtering out the spam, automating the tasks you don't need to think about, and prioritizing what deserves your energy. So let's start with small, repetitive choices that quietly drain your energy. Take your wardrobe, for example. Did you know that Steve Jobs and Mark Zuckerberg wore the same style of outfit every day? They weren't trying to make a fashion statement, they're trying to preserve their mental energy for decisions that mattered. This is called a decision uniform, and you can use it too by building a capsule wardrobe. Think of it mix and match basics, that work for any occasion. Simple, stylish, and zero overthinking. Here's a quirky fact. Albert Einstein had multiple versions of the same grey suit. He said it was to avoid wasting brain power on non-essential decisions. So, if it worked for Einstein, maybe it's worth a try. Let's talk about food. Studies show that people who pre-plan meals not only eat healthier, but also report lower stress levels. Meal prepping, or having the go-to breakfast and lunch options, can save you from the endless "what should I eat" debate that we all face. So take a moment to think, what's one meal you could simplify this week? Go write it down. This is your first step towards cutting decision fatigue. Remember, this isn't about removing all choices. It's about freeing your energy for decisions that truly matter, like solving problems, nurturing relationships, or chasing your goals. Next up, let's talk about routines. If your brain is like a smartphone, routines are the shortcuts that save your battery. They streamline your day and leave your mental energy intact for bigger things. For example, a simple morning routine could look like this. Number 1, you drink a glass of water. That jumpstarts your metabolism and hydrates your brain after, hours of sleep. You might then spend 5 minutes journaling or meditating. Now, this doesn't need to be complicated. Even jotting 3 things that you're grateful for can have a huge impact. Perhaps you could write down your 3 priorities for the day. Studies show that identifying priorities can increase productivity by up to 25%. And don't forget about evening routines. Lay your clothes out for the next day. Decide what's for breakfast and take 5 minutes to reflect on what went well in your day. Think of it being as a mental closing ceremony for your day. It helps you sleep better and you wake up feeling in more control. Here's a fun analogy. Routines are like the pilot using autopilot for routine tasks. Do you want your pilot to manually check every switch? Or would you prefer that they establish systems to focus on the important stuff? That's what routines do. They free up your creativity and big picture thinking. So here's something most people don't realize. Your brain's health plays a massive role in how well you make decisions. You could have the most streamlined routines or simplified choices, but if your brain isn't fueled properly, decision fatigue will still creep in. Nutrition is like the engine oil for your brain. It keeps everything running smoothly. Your brain's about 60% fat. We have things like omega-3 fats like DHA, and these are the VIPs of brain health. They help your brain cells communicate more effectively, reduce inflammation, and even serve as the primary energy source for your neurons. But here's the problem. Modern diets are packed with omega-6 fats, which throw your balance out of whack. And then there's sugar. Oh, sugar. It is one of the biggest culprits for poor brain function. Here's the thing about sugar. It creates quick spikes and crashes in your blood sugar levels, leaving your brain scrambling to stay focused. Over time, this excess sugar can even damage your neurons, leading to cognitive decline. And it's not just about focus. Those spikes and crashes can affect your mood, leaving you feeling irritable, anxious, and drained. Reducing sugar doesn't just help you think clearer, it boosts your energy and helps you feel more emotionally balanced throughout the day. So take a moment to reflect. Where in your diet could you make a simple shift? Could it be reducing your sugary snacks, swapping out some processed foods, or incorporating more omega-rich options like fatty fish or chia seeds? Now write this down. Small steps can really lead to big results over time. Now, the good news, you don't have to figure this out alone. Within ThriveHer, you'll find everything you need to understand how to restore balance. The balance concept, which is programmed in your portal, is a go-to resource for learning about the omega-3 fats, balancing them with omega-6, and the game-changing role of polyphenols. And you'll find guidance on testing your omega-6 to 3 ratio if you're curious. How about we test, not guess? This is available to every ThriveHer member, including those in the free Ignite membership. If you've been feeling like your mental energy is stuck in low power mode, or your focus isn't where it should be, this is the perfect place to start. Small changes here, like reducing sugar, increasing omega-3s, or understanding your unique needs, can lead to massive transformations in how you think, feel, and make decisions every day. So that's a wrap on today's episode, and I hope you're leaving with fresh ideas on how to simplify your decisions, build routines, and optimize your brain health to support your decision detox. Remember, it's not about being perfect, it's about making small intentional changes that move you closer to the life you want. Perhaps check out some past episodes of the ThriveHer podcast. Now, we've talked about simplifying your decisions, creating routines, fueling your brain for success. Now it's your turn to take action. Maybe today's the day you try meal prepping. Set up a simple morning routine or explore the balance concept in the ThriveHer portal. Let's start optimizing your brain health. One small step is all it takes to begin. I'd love to hear which steps you're starting with. Share your progress with us in the ThriveHer Tribe. Your journey could inspire other women to take their first step towards thriving. Now, before we go, let me give you a sneak peek into next week's episode. We're going to be heading into the 1% habit shift. This is how making tiny, almost invisible changes in your daily habits can lead to massive results over time. Now, this concept isn't just backed by science. It is the foundation of everything that we do here at ThriveHer. If you're ready to take those small steps and create meaningful, sustainable change, you're not going to want to miss it. Hit subscribe now so you don't miss it. Now, if this episode speaks to you, I'd love for you to leave a review. Your words could help another woman take her first steps towards thriving. And don't forget to join ThriveHer Ignite. This is free at thriveher.vip today. Until next time, keep believing in yourself and keep striving for more and keep thriving, because your best life is just ahead.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of the ThriveHer podcast. We hope you found valuable insights and practical tips to help you on your path to achieving everything you want in life. Remember, with the right support, you can achieve anything. If you love this episode, please share it on Instagram stories and tag No Nonsense Naturopath. Also, if you enjoy the podcast, you'll love a ThriveHer membership. Check it out at thriveher.vip. Each interaction helps others find this valuable information. Connect with us on social media and join our community of thriving women. Until next time, stay empowered, stay healthy, and keep thriving.